She abandoned her autistic son like he was disposable, only to return 7 years later when he became a millionaire prodigy. But what happened in court didn't just destroy her case, it destroyed her. Have you ever seen Karma walk into a courtroom wearing a suit? Carla Rivers dumped her husband and their autistic son like they were nothing more than burdens blocking her path to a better life. She walked out of that house with a suitcase in one hand and a note full of venom in the other, never imagining the boy she called dead weight would grow into a 14-year-old genius who built technology worth over $30 million. You're poor. I'm too young to waste my life babysitting a special needs kid. Both of you are holding me back. He's yours now. Don't call me again. Those were the last words she ever gave Mark Rivers before disappearing. She had no idea that the child she abandoned, Evan Rivers, would one day rewrite the entire future of communication software. And she definitely never imagined that she'd come crawling back with a lawyer, demanding full custody of the son she once threw away. But the truth has a way of walking back into your life, especially when it's driving a limousine and smelling money. Mark turned his house key with the slow heaviness of a man who had worked himself past exhaustion. His clothes carried the sharp scent of engine oil and steel, and his hands were stained from repairing cars all day. He pushed the door open expecting to hear Carla humming from the kitchen and Evan clicking his tongue softly while pacing the hallway. But the silence wasn't just quiet. It was wrong. He stepped inside, and something felt out of place instantly. 2 living room chairs were missing. The lamp near the hallway was gone. A clean square of unfaded paint showed where their wedding photo used to hang. A strange trembling ran through Mark's chest. Nothing valuable was missing, only her things. He dropped his tool bag slowly. Evan? Buddy? Where are you? A soft tapping sound answered from down the hall. He followed it to the bedroom doorway. Evan stood near the bed with his little camera clutched to his chest, his eyes wide. He wasn't crying, just breathing too fast, overwhelmed. On the screen of the camera was a frozen frame, Carla dragging a suitcase through the living room. Half the closet was empty. Completely cleared out in a rush. Mark swallowed hard as he approached the dresser. A folded sheet of paper waited on top, placed as neatly as a final insult. His hands shook as he unfolded it. The words cut deeper than any blade. I can't do this anymore. Evan's autistic. You're broke. I refuse to waste my youth drowning in your failures. You both drag me down. I'm leaving. Don't call me. The room tilted. He stared at the note until the letters blurred, then looked at Evan, small, silent, scared, holding everything together with a camera and a trembling heartbeat. Mark knelt and pulled him close. Evan melted into his arms, breathing slowing against his father's chest. Mark buried his face in his son's hair and whispered, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. We'll be okay. The next years were hard. Brutal at times. But predictable. Steady. Built on quiet routines and the stubborn love of a father determined not to break. Evan grew into himself, code flowing through his fingers as naturally as breathing. His camera always by his side, tapping when he needed grounding. By 14, he created something extraordinary, a software system that adapted to speech patterns, gestures, sensory inputs, a tool that transformed communication for autistic children and adults everywhere. When the tech company announced a $30 million purchase offer, the world learned his name overnight. Mark made his favorite dinner. Evan tapped the camera once, a sign he was okay. For the first time in years, Mark exhaled. Then came the 3 heavy knocks on the door. Mark opened it, and the sunset behind him felt suddenly cold. Carla stood there, expensive coat, flawless makeup, eyes gleaming with entitlement. Beside her stood a tall attorney with a briefcase and a smug expression. The lawyer handed Mark a thick envelope. Carla lifted her chin with polished confidence. I'm here for my son. And that was the moment everything truly began.